Today's Morning Minute. You are the Christmas love story. Without Jesus Christ, there would be no Christmas. Without Jesus Christ, there'd be no forgiveness of sin. Without Jesus Christ, there'd be no resurrection from the dead. Without Jesus Christ, there'd be no reconciliation with God. Without Jesus Christ, there'd be no hope. Without Jesus Christ, you would not have a story. You are a walking, breathing story of Christmas. Your story of redemption, forgiveness of sin, and salvation is Christmas. You are the Christmas story. This is the time of the year to celebrate the birth, death, and resurrection of Jesus Christ. This is a time of year to remember the purpose of God coming to earth in the person of Jesus Christ. This is a time of the year to celebrate all God has done throughout the ages for his children. Your story is about victory and hope through your wilderness experiences. Your tests, wildernesses, problems, circumstances are unique to you. What is the circumstance or difficulty you've gone through, so that God can get the glory? It might be the death of a father, mother, or a child. It could be the divorce of your parents. It could be rejection from a family member. It might be abuse by a family member. It might be financial bankruptcy. It might be marital difficulty. It might be a prodigal child. It might be an addiction. It might be a dishonest act. It might be in an unfair situation at work. Your story is of deliverance from failure, pride, selfishness, discontentment, fear, guilt, shame, worry, addiction, anger, bitterness, unforgiveness, envy, greed, and rejection are all unique to you. You inherited a fallen sin nature caused by Adam and Eve. Jesus came to give you victory over death, sin, and the rule of Satan in your life. Your story is about how the wilderness, which looked like an unmovable mountain, was used to shape and mold you into the likeness of God. He uses every situation for his good. Your story is about God's faithfulness as you went through the wilderness. The story is your story of how God used a circumstance to get your attention. The story is about how God delivered you through a problem or circumstance. The story is about how you changed even through the circumstance or problem may have stayed the same. All things work together for good to those who love God and are called according to his purpose. So Jesus can have more brothers and sisters. The little suffering you go through is nothing compared to the suffering Jesus endured to bring you into his family as a king or queen to rule and reign here on earth. Your Christmas story is for all seasons, not just Christmas. Your story is about the victory and freedom Jesus Christ has given you. It is a testimony of God's faithfulness and love while you were still in sin. Christ died for you. Amen and amen.